Arjuna was not the first one whom he gave the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and then Arjuna had doubt about how is it possible, because sun god is senior to him, so how is it possible? So Krishna gave us the concept of many births and how we cannot remember our past previous births, but Krishna can, because he is Adi Purush, eternal and unborn. Also, Krishna tells the reason when he appears and why does he appears in the material world. And also we discussed about the difference between Krishna and humans, that is the supreme soul, that is the supreme personality and the part and parcel of soul. And then we discussed 9 devotional services that we can practice uh, for Krishna. Then we discussed the difference between demigods and Krishna in the chapter 4. And then we came on to the caste system. What is it and how it was created by Krishna and why it was created and on what basis these caste system are present. And then we talked about different kinds of sacrifices and karma and akarma.
Okay, one more thing we have discussed. What we have discussed is how to gain the knowledge. How to gain the knowledge? First 3 steps are there. First step was to the first step was to you can see my screen. First step was to find a bona fide guru and surrender to him. First step was this. Okay. Then inquire from him submissively. Okay. Not in challenging manner. Okay. And the third is offer service to him. So these are 3 steps how to gain the knowledge, because the chapter name was transcendental knowledge. So without guru we cannot gain the knowledge. Okay, because they are tattva darsana, they have seen the truth, so they can show us the truth. Okay. So these are the chapter 5 we are already late today. So some work was there, some professional work. So I late. So sorry for that. So we can start now. Okay. YouTube link you have got. So but I prefer you for the Zoom meeting only, because I want the session to be interactive. Okay. So this is the chapter number 5. The name is Karma Yoga. That is, there is Karma Sannyas Yoga. The name is Karma Yoga was chapter 3. Okay. What is the name of chapter 4? Chat box is open for you. You can use the chat box. What is the name of chapter number 4? Can someone write the 3 steps in chat? Actually, I could not hear. Okay, the first step was to find a bona fide guru and surrender to him. Second is to ask submissively, inquire from him submissively. Okay, and the third is to render service. Okay, so these 3 were. I think this was the thing you have missed, because chapter slide was not shared at that time. Some problem with that. So all other things we have learned nicely. Okay, so this is chapter number 5. The chapter number 4 name is transcendental knowledge, and this is chapter number 5. Chapter number 3 was Karma Yoga. This is Karma Sannyas Yoga. So okay, what is sannyas? My question: what is sannyas? What is the meaning of sannyas? Karma, you already know. What is the meaning of karma? Renunciation. Okay, what is the meaning of renunciation then? Yes. What is the meaning of renunciation? Leaving material bonds. Who has senses in action and senses? Who has senses in action and senses in mind? Yes, Lakshmi Mataji. What is sannyas?
Being unattached to the results, Prabhuji.
Yes, that is sannyas. Okay. Being unattached to the results. The result word is important, because many people think sannyas means leave the work. Do not leave the work. You have to leave the results. Okay. Krishna will tell us in this, because this name is Karma Sannyas Yoga. So sannyas meaning is we don't have to leave the work. We have to leave the result. Okay. We have to give the result to Krishna. We don't have to leave the work. We don't have to stop working. So that is what Arjuna will ask, and that is what Krishna will tell answer. Okay. So we'll start now. So this is chapter number 5, Karma Sannyas Yoga. That is Arjuna's confusion, renunciation work. we should renounce the work or we should work with devotion, that perform in ISKCON, Karma Yoga, depression, see, okay, peacefulness. So Arjuna's confusion. What is the confusion of Arjuna? Arjuna is asking, okay, Krishna, now he is asking Krishna, Arjuna uvacha sannyasam karmana prishna punariyogam cha samsai yachreyatva itayor ekam tanme bruhe shunaschitam. So what is Arjuna is asking? Arjuna said, oh Krishna, first of all you asked me to renounce the work, means leave the work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. So now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? So two words are there. One word is renounce the work. Again, the second word is work with devotion. So renounce the work means leave the work, or second work is the second word is work with devotion. So what is the meaning of renouncing of work? And what is the meaning of work with devotion? And which is best? So Arjuna is asking. So what is the meaning of renunciation? So renunciation of work Krishna has told. But for whom? Whom Krishna has told? Those whose heart is purified. Okay, those whose heart is already purified, so they can renounce their work. Okay, but if their heart is not pure, okay, they are not pure in devotional service, and if they are leaving the work, then it is called monkey vairagya. It's not a vairagya. Okay, this is not a renunciation. Krishna is telling, if you are pure by heart, then you can leave the work, you can renounce the work. But work will also, if you are working, if you are doing your regular duty, if you are doing your prescribed duty, then that will cause pureness in you, and then later on you can renounce your the work. That is the concept of renouncing work. Then so Arjuna is asking that first you told me to renounce the work, and then you asked me to work with devotion. So which one is the best? Okay, so which one is the best? What do you think? Can you mute everyone, please? Everyone is mute only. Background noise is there. My voice is clear. Lot of background noise. Can you mute everyone?
No, Prabhuji.
Nothing,
no, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So, can you tell me what is better? Renouncing work or work with devotion? Which is better? Work in devotion is best. Work in devotion is best. Oh, so you are all well versed with Gita. Work with devotion, all are correct only. Work in devotion, work in devotion. Okay. Some whistle sound is coming from the background. Some whistle sound. Not listening. Maybe some vehicle is there outside. Work with devotion. Okay. So bear with me. Maybe some vehicle sound from outside. Humming sound. Yeah, humming sound is there, but I cannot. Please bear with that voice. Humming sound I cannot stop. Some bees are there. That is.
Voice is clear, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yes. So renouncing work or work with devotion, two things are there. So this is, they have renounced the work. Okay, but their mind is not pure, their heart is not pure, and they have renounced their work. And what they are doing? They are now being a pretender. This mithyachari. Okay, and this person is working. Okay, he is in home only. This is the home, and he is working as well as he is working with devotion. He is also worshipping the deity. He is working with devotion. So he is the best. This person is the best. So what Krishna is saying, you see, okay, this one is, he has renounced the work, but his mind is not pure. So it is not recommended. If your mind is not pure, if your mind is not in control, and then you are renouncing the work, then it won't work only. Okay, because this will create confusion. This will create confusion. This will create havoc in the society only. You will be a problem for the society only, because you're in the ways of sannyasi and you are not a sannyasi. Okay. So what is Arjuna asking? Two things are there. Should I stop sowing the tree? Should I stop sowing the tree? First question is, should I stop the work, or should I stop expecting the fruit? So what should Arjuna do? Arjuna should stop expecting the fruit. He should dedicate the fruit to Krishna. So what Krishna is saying, let's see. Fruits are there. what he'll do, he'll dedicate the fruit to Krishna. So that is niskam karma, means to do everything without expecting anything in result. Okay, niskam karma will liberate you. So the personality of Godhead replied that renunciation work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. So if you want liberation, then renunciation of work as well as work in devotion both are good. Okay, but renunciation of work, for whom he is saying? Whose heart is pure, already pure. Because work, if you are working, then it will cause pureness in your heart. So that if your heart is pure, you can renounce the work, and that is also good for liberation. And if you are working in devotion, that is also good for liberation. But the second line is, but of the two, work in devotion service is better than renunciation of work. So work in devotion service is better than renunciation of work. So these two are there. So Krishna is there. Krishna is saying, if you are working with devotion and if you are renouncing the work, both are good for liberation. But which is better? Which is better? Definitely the work in devotional service is better. Okay, because that will cause pureness. That will cause pureness in our heart as well as liberation both. But if your heart is pure, then you can liberate. Then you can renounce the work. Okay. So now, story of Maharaj Nriga. Okay, one story is there in Bhagavatam. One king was there. Okay, so he was very pious king. He used to donate too many things. So once he was donating too many cows, like 100 cows to two brahmanas, 100 cows to two brahmanas. So what happened during the process? One cow from one brahmana went to the other brahmana side. So definitely the Brahmana has seen that one of my cows has gone to the other Brahmana. So he asked that one of my causes went to other Brahmana, but the other Brahmana was not ready to give because the king has already donated the other cow to that Brahmana. So both Brahmana started fighting that this is my cow, this is my cow. But later, in the angry, when they got angry, they give punishment to the king. Okay, that you will become a lizard and you will stay in a well. So he transformed into lizard and he was staying in a well. So when Krishna came, he got the relief. Okay, so this is the story. So what lesson we got from the story? What lesson we got from the story? Even if we are thinking of doing, cursed him to be a lizard. Yes. So even if you are thinking of doing some good thing, okay, we can end up doing getting cursed. Okay, we can end up getting cursed. Even if you're thinking of doing devotional service, then we can get cursed. Okay, so the karma is very different thing. Okay, the implicity of karma is, last time we have read, the implicity of karma is very difficult. What is punya, what is pap is very difficult. So the best thing is to work for Krishna. So that way we won't be affected. The results, if we are not expecting the result, that way we won't be affected. So that is what story. So if we are doing even good work also, it can be turned out to be bad for us. Okay, so we don't know what is good, what is bad. Okay, so this is the story. So what Krishna is saying, sowing the tree is your duty. So Arjuna was telling that should I stop sowing the tree or should I stop expecting the fruit? So Krishna is saying sowing the tree is your duty. So this is your work. So you should do your work. But do it for me and I will take care of the fruits for you. So if you are doing this sowing the tree for me, then I'll take care of the fruit for you. Don't expect the fruit. Okay. So this is what Krishna is saying. So indirectly Krishna is saying the second work in devotion is better. Okay. So this one person is there, non-devotee of Krishna. So I earned it, so it is mine. So he's thinking that I earned this money, so this is mine. Okay. But when a devotee is there, what devotees think? It's all Krishna's mercy. Whatever money if I have, that is all Krishna's mercy. I have no qualification to earn this money. So Krishna is providing us the money. So he'll think like this. Okay. So this is the thing, because fruits are not in our hand. Fruits are in whose hand? Krishna's hand. So we should not expect the fruit also. If we are expecting the fruit and thinking the fruit is mine, then we will be in trouble. Okay, agitated. It's all Krishna's mercy. The devotee is thinking. So one who neither hates or desires the fruits of his activity is known to be always renounced. So here is the definition of renounce. Okay, what is the definition? Always renounce. What? The word is fruits, not the karma. Okay, so one who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activity. So he is not leaving the activity, but he is leaving the fruits of activity. So is known to be always renounced. So who is renounced? Who is leaving the fruits of activity, not the worker. Okay, if you are leaving your work, if you are leaving your karma, then that is not renounced. That is not renunciation. Renunciation is leaving the fruits of activity. Okay, that is fruits. Okay, one who neither hates nor desires the fruits of activity is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from all duality, easily overcome material bondage, and is completely liberated. Oh mighty armed Arjuna, so Krishna is saying that a person who has renounced the fruit of activity. Okay, he has dedicated the fruit of activity to me. He is not attached to the fruit of activity. He is always renounced. So Krishna will give one example also. How is that? Now, one is monkey vairagya. What is vairagya? Vairagya is like renunciation. So what is monkey vairagya? What does duality mean in this word? Okay, duality means, so duality means happiness, distress. Duality. If we are attached to fruits, then fruits will cause happiness or distress to us. That is the duality. Okay, that is called the duality. Okay, either happiness, everything will come in duality in this world. Either happiness or distress, like this. Okay, so either cold or hot, like this. So that is called duality. If you are expecting the fruit, then fruit will either cause happiness or distress. If you are not expecting anything, then nothing. So we are free from the duality. So Guruji, so whatever work we do, we will take questions in the end. Okay. So this is what is monkey vairagya, what is yukta vairagya. Monkey vairagya means my mind is not controlled and we have leave the work, we have renunciated the work, we have stopped doing the work, and then we are searching for happiness here and there. We are going from one tree to another. We are going to Himalaya, then we have not find happiness there. We will go to some Ganga Ghat, then we will go to some South India, somewhere we will be going here and there in the search of happiness. That is called monkey vairagya. We have not renounced the work. We have not renounced the fruit of action and we are only renounced the work. That is called monkey vairagya. What is called yukta vairagya? Yukta vairagya means you are doing a duty and you are not expecting the result of the duty. Okay, you have dedicated a result of the duty to Krishna. So that is called yukta vairagya. What is monkey vairagya? You have stopped the work. Okay, that is called monkey vairagya. So merely renouncing all the activity yet not engaged, merely renouncing all activity yet not engaging in the devotional service of Lord cannot make one happy. So if you have renounced everything and you are not engaged in devotional service of Lord, then you won't be happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. So which person will get the mercy of supreme? Which person will be happy? Who is renouncing the fruits of action, not renouncing the action. Okay, so that is the summary for this. So this is karma sannyas only. Karma sannyas means you are working, but you are a sannyasi. That is called yukta vairagya or karma sannyas, same thing. Okay, you are working as well as you have renounced the fruits of activity. You have renounced all things to Krishna. Okay, so 9 type of devotional service we have already discussed. So this one, what we are doing, Kirtanam. Okay, this is Kirtanam, and this is also Kirtanam. He is spreading the knowledge. What I am doing, I am spreading the knowledge of Krishna to you people. So what he is doing, he is also spreading the knowledge of these people. So he is doing Kirtanam. These are also doing Kirtanam. Chanting is also a devotional service. So these activities we can do. Okay, first thing is chanting, Kirtanam, Smranam means listening. Okay, so you are doing listening also. That is also devotional service. Okay, so okay. One who works in devotion, who is a pure soul and who controls his mind and senses is dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. So now people will think how the other person can be dear to other person. Because in this material world, if you see every person is envious to every other person. So how the pure soul work? Pure soul can pure person will do their duty. Okay, it is not like that they won't do their duty, because they have not renounced the work, they have renounced the fruits of work. So they are totally dependent on Krishna, they are doing their duty and they are totally dependent on Krishna, okay, for the result. So one who works in devotion, who is a pure soul and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone. So whose mind and senses is controlled, who's pure, okay, he will attract everyone. Okay, and everyone is dear to him. He will love everyone. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. So how that work, how the person is never entangled, we'll see in this example. So hearing and chanting of the holy name Krishna is the like of akarma. Okay. So this is once I want you all people to chant with me, so that we can go ahead then. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Just
Krishna,
one chant
Hare
with me.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna.
Hare
Okay, so we'll go forward. Okay. Now, how that person is liberated, that person is unattached. So someone can ask, Prabhuji, if we are doing any work, then we can have also like King Riga was there, he was doing work, then he become attached, he has some reactions were there. So can we also have that kind of reaction? So Krishna is answering in that in this verse. Okay, that is one who perform a duty without attachment. So if we are not attached, surrendering the results into the Supreme Lord, and we are surrendering, we are not attached to the duty, we are surrendering the result to the Supreme Lord, and it's unaffected by sinful action. So if we have given the result to Supreme, then results won't affect me. So it won't be have pious karma, it won't be have bad karma. So it won't be have any reaction. So that will become a karma. Okay, as the lotus leaf is untouched by the water. So lotus leaf is there. This is the lotus leaf. It is floating in the water. Still it is untouched by the water. If you lift this leaf, then there won't be any piece of water, any drop of water. So it is still untouched by the water. So Krishna is giving this example, Padma Patram. Okay, so this is the Padma Patram, means the lotus leaf. Okay, so if we are doing our duty and if we are giving our results, if we are surrendering our results to Supreme, then the results won't affect us. Okay, so we will be like untouched, like lotus leaf is floating in the water, still it is untouched. So we are surrounded by the mindly people, okay, worldly minded people, and we are working with them. Okay, we are working them, but we will be unattached to them, just like a lotus leaf, okay, which is which is untouched by the water. So we'll be untouched by those mindly people, because we are surrendering the results to Krishna. So our goal of the working is different and their goal of working is different. They work for the fruits, but we don't work for the fruits. We work for the fruit, but fruit we are dedicating to Krishna. Okay, this is the thing. The yogis abandoning attachment act for body, mind, intelligence, and even with senses only for the purpose of purification. So, in the first verse only I was speaking, the goal of every work is purification. So, how can we work and get purified? If we are attaching, if we are expecting the fruit, then we won't be having purification. But for the purification, if we are giving the result to Krishna, then gradually those work only will cause the purification in our heart. Okay, because the prescribed duty we should not leave. Okay, we should do the duty. So how to do also our duty also, and how to be unattached with those results also. So just like Lotus Leaf Krishna was saying, surrender the results to me. So the yogi is abandoning attachment, act with body, mind, intelligence, and even with senses only for the purpose of purification. So work they are using as a mean of purification. Okay, so that is the key. So this is a yogi, Srila Prabhupada, okay, Guru Maharaj. So 5.12. The steadily devotee soul attain unalterated peace because he offers the result of all activity to me. Whereas a person who is not in union with divine, who is greedy for the fruit of his labor, become entangled. So if we are attached with the fruits of the activity, then the fruits of activity may cause happiness, may cause distress to us. So we will become entangled if we are not attached to the fruits of action. If you are not attached, then it won't cause happiness, it won't cause distress. So we are away from the duality, and that will cause peace to us. That will cause purification. So work is very important. So we should not leave. Generally, a misconception is there. Many people will think, okay, you are reading Bhagavad Gita. What happened to you? Why you are reading? You want to become a sannyasi? You want to go to Himalaya? This is the most of the people will have misconception. Okay, that if you are reading Gita, then you will go to Himalaya. Okay, so you want to become sannyasi. Oh, you want to become sannyasi. That's why you are reading Bhagavad Gita. So won't read Bhagavad Gita, otherwise you become a sannyasi. But but we are seeing in this chapter, Krishna is saying that we don't have to leave our work. We have to leave the fruits of the work. Okay, because we can see the examples also. Krishna was telling this Bhagavad Gita to whom? To Krishna, to Arjuna only. Have Arjuna leave the has Arjuna left the work and went to sannyas, went for the sannyasi, went for Himalaya, or he fought, means he did his duty. What he did after Bhagavad Gita, what he did? He worked for Krishna, or he left the work. What he did? He became sannyasi. He went for Himalaya, went to Himalaya, or he fought for Krishna. He fought. So it is very big misconception in there, in the people's mind, that if you're reading Bhagavad Gita, you will become sannyasi. Okay, so this is a very big misconception, because Arjuna, the first example, Arjuna only, you see that he fought and he haven't left the work and went to Himalaya. Krishna, Arjuna was saying, no, Prabhu, I'm leaving. I don't want to fight. I want to leave for the Himalaya. I will be there only. So Krishna said, no, you don't have to leave. You have to work for me. You have to fight for me. Okay, so that is the case. So this is a misconception. Okay, and this chapter is very important. If you understood this, then most of the Bhagavad Gita will understand. Okay, because this karma sannyas, most of the people don't understand. Okay, what is karma, what is sannyas, what is karma sannyas, these things. Okay. Okay, when embodied living being, one question is there. Prabhuji, please explain the difference between niskam karma and akarma. Unfortunately, I am still unable to understand. Niskam karma, we are not giving the fruits to God. Okay, but akarma, we are giving the fruits to God. Niskam karma, we are not expecting the fruit, but we are not giving the fruit to God. Okay, but akarma, we are very similar terms. Okay, if you don't have three terms, you should learn. Okay, akarma, karma, and vikarma. Niskam karma is generally related to akarma only. Okay, but in our karma, we are giving the fruit to God. Okay. So when a embodied living being controls in nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates, neither working nor causing work to be done. So 9 gates, city of 9 gates. What's the meaning of city of 9 gates? Our body has 9 gates. Okay, 9 openings are there. The whole body, if you think that there are 9 gates, so our body is also called a city of 9 gates. So if you want to live happily in the city of 9 gates, okay, this 9 gate is also called a prison house. This is body is also, this material world is a prison house, and this 9 gate city is there. Okay, that is we, and Atma is living in this 9 gate city. Okay, so if you want to live happily, then what you have to do? Renounce all the actions. Okay, mentally and nature, being controlled in nature is controlling in nature and mentally renouncing all the actions. He said happily in the city of 9 gates, neither working nor causing work to be done. We have less time, so important sloka will read, no problem. Okay, if there is any important sloka, I think meaning will be more important, then I'll give you. Okay. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision, a learned and gentle brahmana, a cow, elephant, dog, and a dog eater. So when a humble sage is there, when we become a tattva darshana, what will happen to us? we will see everyone equal. We will see Paramatma in everyone's heart. Okay, he will see equally to a learned Brahmana, to a cow, a dog eater, elephant. All he will see similar. Okay, so he will see everyone heart is having Paramatma. Okay, so he will see that everyone is equal. So he will see. So this is the peace formula. What is the peace formula? If you want to live happily in this world, you have to see all of us are equal. Okay, even the animals, even the learned Brahmana, even the lowest of the caste, even the upper of the caste, even the lowest of the caste, even the animals, everyone you should see equally because everyone heart is having Paramatma, everyone heart is having Krishna. So a learned Brahmana, when we become learned, then we will see everyone equal. So that is the peace formula. If we apply Bhagavad Gita in our life and if we get purified, that will cause peace automatically. Why? Because we'll see everyone equal. So this is the peace formula. Okay. He sees Paramatma present in each and every party. Okay. So this story we have read. Okay. What was the story? Can anyone tell? I can hear sound of crickets. Okay. Please concentrate on my voice. I'm also listening, but we cannot stop that. No? It's already night time. So this story, okay, anyone can unmute, anyone can raise hand so that because once we have discussed, okay, the story of Haridas Thakur. Okay, yes, this is story of Haridas Thakur and prostitute. So prostitute has come. Okay, you want to tell the story? Okay, propose. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So what
Hare
is the
Krishna,
story?
Prabhuji.
Yeah, what is the story?
This is a story of Haridas ji and a prostitute. He used to chant 3 lakhs Hare Krishna mantra every day. And this prostitute used to wait and he used to tell her, ki, I'll come to you once I'll finish my chanting. But she could not get that time any time. So she only by listening to the chants of Haridas ji became a great devotee later on.
Yes, so this is a prostitute. Okay, so he has come to distract Haridas Thakur. Okay, he was a great devotee of his called Namacharya. Namacharya, he used to take 3 lakhs name per day. Okay, so from morning to evening he will chant only. So when he was at the time of when 500 years back only at the time after this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the time Muslim rulers were there. So Muslim ruler he was a Muslim from the birth, okay, but he was so attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he has renounced all those things and he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He started, he became a great devotee, okay. So Muslim ruler was very envious to Haridas Thakur and he sent prostitute for so that they can prove that this person is not pure, okay. So but every time prostitute used to come, so she will sit there. Haridas Thakur will tell, okay, I'll satisfy you, but give me some time so that I can finish my round because mine finishing my round is more priority. So okay, she'll sit there and she used to listen to Haridas Thakur chanting. Then this way morning will come. So again, he will come. She will come again in the evening. Same story. She will be sitting there and listening to the chanting of Haridas Thakur. And the third day, she become transformed. Okay, she become transformed by listening to the chanting of Haridas Thakur. So if we are having any association with pure devotee, that will cause transformation in our heart. Love matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi hoy. Sadhu sangha sarva shastra hoy. Love matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi hoy. So love matra means even a small amount of association with pure devotee is there, that will cause purification. Okay. Sarva siddhi. Okay, so such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure. So if you are liberated, Haridas Thakur is liberated, so he is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. So if you have pleasure within, if you have tasted the higher taste, then you can leave the lower taste. Okay, so if you are also many people will think how to leave this material thing. Because this is very difficult. So my answer will be, you can leave if you have higher taste. If you are attached to Krishna, if you have tasted the taste of Krishna, then you can leave this worldly thing. If you are having taste of any higher thing, you can leave the lower thing. Okay. If you want to leave eating rice, then what? How you can leave? It is very difficult to eating rice daily. Okay, but if I give you basmati rice daily, so you will leave this normal rice. Okay, so higher taste, the thing is higher taste. If you are tasting higher taste, then you can easily leave the lower taste. So Haridas Thakur was saying, he was having taste of Nam Japa, he was having Nama Ruchi, so he can leave this worldly pleasure. So many times we see that many people fall down because they do not have taste for the name. Okay, they do not have the taste for the name. So if you have tasted the higher taste, then easily you can leave the lower taste. So sense pleasure is the lower taste and chanting the name is higher taste. So here, such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but it is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. So if you have pleasure within, you won't be searching pleasure outside. In this way, self-realized person enjoy unlimited happiness, for he concentrate on the Supreme. Supreme is the source of the unlimited happiness. So if you are connected to the Supreme, then our happiness is ensured. Okay. So if you are connected to the Supreme, then you will be happy like that. Yeah. This is Haridas Thakur. See the happiness. Okay. The happiness. Srila Prabhupada, devotees, always working for Krishna, happy for Krishna, not attached materially. Okay. So an intelligent man does not take part in the source of misery. So what is the source of misery? It is explained in this, which are due to contact with the material senses. If we are having contact with the material senses, that will cause misery. We think that if we are materially enjoying with the senses, then we are happy. No, that will cause misery. How that is cause misery? We have seen many examples. If one bhaura is there and one flower is there, if he is attracted to the flower and flower will entrap him later. So that is the, so he is going for the material sense enjoyment, but that is causing the misery to him. So that is one example. O son of Kunti, such pleasure have a beginning and an end, and so a wise man does not delight in them. Okay. So a wise man won't be searching pleasure in the material senses, because material senses, we think that material senses will give us pleasure, but ultimately that will give us misery. Okay. If we are itching anything, we think that itching will give us pleasure, but that itching will cause disease in our body, skin disease. Huh? So we think that with itching we will have material sense pleasure, but that itching won't give us. If we are itching too much, that will cause misery only. So material sense enjoyment is like that. So we think that it will give pleasure, but it will cause misery in us. So examples are there. So this is one example. These are attracted to the light, and once they go near to the light, then later they will die. Okay, so this is the example. So they think that this is happiness, but that is misery only. Second example. Okay, this is elephant. Elephant is going for the sense pleasure. He's going for the sense pleasure, and what will happen then? This hunter will catch him. The hunter will give them the attraction for the material sense pleasure, and when the elephant is going for the sense pleasure, then they will catch him. Okay, so this is the bait, like a bait. Okay, so hunters will give bait to the elephant, and then they will catch the elephant. Even a big elephant can be caught. So this is the power. Okay, so he's attracted to the flower, but later he got attached to the flower. Some sound will be coming. Okay, so is going on. Okay. So this is the example. Okay. Now see, if your house is having like this crack, one earthquake is there and this crack is there. So what a non-devotee will do? Non-devotee will think, he'll start crying, my house, what happened to my house? Okay, but what a devotee will think? Devotee is there, I trust Krishna's plans. Krishna's plans are always perfect. Why Krishna's plans are always perfect? Because Krishna knows past, future, as well as present. Krishna knows what is best for us. So his plan will be perfect. I'll give you one example so that you understand. Okay. So, you know Titanic the ship, Titanic ship. Yes or no? Titanic ship. One story there. So Titanic ship. Yes. So Titanic ship was there, and two persons were there. Okay. So one person and two persons were there, and they were also going for the ship. Okay, going to the ship for the travel. But when they reach the shore, the ship has already left. Okay, so the non was it good for them or bad for them? Titanic ship left when they reached the shore. Okay, it already left. But at that time, what they were thinking, that is not good for us. So Krishna knows everything. Okay, if he has done anything, then he have reasons for that. Okay, because he knows past, he knows future, he knows present. Okay, if you're devotee and we trust Krishna, that will cause happiness. So that won't cause distress. So many people ask, Prabhuji, devotee's life won't have distress. Devotee's life will have distress, but we know that Krishna is supreme and we are with Krishna. So we should trust Krishna's plan. So Krishna has some plan for us. That's why it is happening to us. So that is the main thing. Okay, we will have distress. We will have all the things. So non-devotee, what they will do? They will start crying. What is this? What is happening to me? Why I'm doing so much thing? I'm doing so much thing, but I'm not getting the result. I'm not having this. I'm not having that. So this agitation devotees won't have, because they will trust Krishna's plan. So if you are traveling from the road, you have to go somewhere. One example I'm giving so that you understand. If you're traveling somewhere, okay, if you are traveling to let's say some 10 kilometers away, and you are traveling with the cycle, and there are gaddas in the road. Okay, road is not plain, gadda is there. So you will have to stress. But if you are traveling through a Mercedes in the same road, so gaddas will be there, but you won't feel the distress. Okay, why? Because you have now ability to tolerate those things. So if we trust Krishna's plan, if we are with Krishna, then we will trust that Krishna will do something better for us. Krishna has some other plans for us. Krishna won't leave their devotees. Krishna has some other plan for us. So we should trust Krishna. So let's wait, something will happen. So even if something bad is happening to us now, that may be Krishna's plan. That some hidden agendas may be there for us from the Krishna. So that is the case. Okay. Yes, this is important sloka, so we'll read this. Okay. भोक्तारं यज्ञ तपसां सर्वलोके महेश्वरां Trubhidam sarva bhutanam yatva mam santim rachyati. So what is the meaning? Bhoktaram means person full of consciousness, me knowing me to be the ultimate bhokta. Bhokta of all the sacrifices and austerities. So what was the word? Bhoktaram yagna tapsam. So yagna and tapsam, who is the bhokta? With the Krishna. So one person who knows this, Bhoktaram yagna tapsam. So a person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all the sacrifices and austerity. Bhoktaram yagna tapsam, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods. That is the meaning of Sarva Loke Maheswara. So every Loke Maheswara, who is the Sarva Loke Maheswara? Krishna. Who is the beneficiary of all the sacrifices? Krishna. Okay. Supreme Lord of all the planets as well as demigods. Last time we have seen who is the demigods, Supreme Lord Krishna only, and the benefactor of and the well-wisher of all living entity attains peace from the pangs of material misery. So if we know these things, if we trust Krishna's plan, then that will cause us peace within us, and that will then we will attain peace from the pangs of material misery. That is Bhagavad Gita 5.29. Okay, so a person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all the sacrifices and austerity, and supreme lord of all planets as well as demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material misery. Okay, so what is the peace formula? Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And who are we? We are enjoyed. Okay. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And Krishna is the supreme controller. So we should trust Krishna and supreme enjoyer. Whatever is happening in this universe, it is for enjoyment of Krishna only. Okay, we are part of Prakriti. Prakriti is for enjoyment of Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the supreme controller. So Krishna is supreme controller. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and third is Krishna is the only well-wishing friend. So we have many friends in our lifetime. We have many friends. Okay, we make friends. Sometimes friendship will happen and it will last for one day. Sometimes it will last for 1 week. Sometimes it will 1 year. Sometimes 5 years, 10 years. But that friendship won't last after death. Okay, after that we will leave that friend. We will forget that friend. Okay, if even if a very deep friendship, then after that also we leave that friendship after the death. But one person is with us with us every birth. Okay, that is our Krishna. Okay, in Paramatma form is sitting with us. So Krishna is our only well-wisher friend. So if we trust Krishna, if we make him friend, okay, he is our friend, but we are not making him friend. Okay, so if we are making him as our friend, then all our misery will be finished. So this is the peace formula. Okay, everyone is saying Krishna is supreme. Everyone. Okay, this is Brahma. This is all the Devatas, this is friends. All are saying Krishna is the supreme. What is the peace formula? Krishna is the supreme controller. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Only well-wisher of the friend. Only well-wishing friends. It's Krishna. Okay, so we should trust him. So this is the peace formula. If we think these things practically, okay, not just theoretically, we know all the things. Okay, Krishna is there. All the things is there. Okay, we know all the things. We don't apply in the life. Then what will happen? Nothing. Your life won't change. So how to apply those things in the life? First, you should have purity in your heart. So how to get purity in your heart? 4 things are there. A, B, C, D. Okay. 4 things are there for purification of your heart so that you can understand Krishna. So what are the 4 things? A for association of devotee. If you are having association of good devotees, then you will automatically become a devotee. If you are association of non-devotee, then you will become a non-devotee. So gradually you will become devotee or non-devotee based on the association. So association molds character. So our character is based on association. Whatever association we are having, that character will apply. So we want to read Bhagavad Gita, we want to apply Bhagavad Gita. So we want association with devotee. If you have association of devotee, that's the best thing. You can search local temples, or you can attend regular classes. If you are attending regular classes with Mangaluru also, then you will have association. Then gradually your character will be molding. So A for association, very important. B for Bhagavad Gita. So if you are reading Bhagavad Gita regularly, daily some parts or one sloka or two sloka, one page only, if you are reading, that will cause transformation. Gradually, if you are leaving, if you think that you leave reading Bhagavad Gita, if you leave chanting and all the things, and your life will change, your life will be same. Okay, so read Bhagavad Gita daily, one page, one sloka, one line also. If you are reading, that will cause transformation gradually. So A for association, B for Bhagavad Gita reading, C for chanting. If you are taking the names of Krishna, that will cause automatic purification. So this is very important. Chanting with things that some people have too much distress while doing chanting. That what our family members will think, what the other people will think, what my children will think, what I'm doing. They will think that I'm taking sannyasa. So this is not like that. So because we have read already, whatever you will be doing, your followers will be doing the same thing. Okay, gradually they will start doing the same thing. If you want to have change in your family members, if you want that your sons should be doing all these things, so you should chant in front of them only, so that they will also learn. Okay, so don't hesitate for chanting in front of them. Gradually they will also accept and they will also learn. So this is the very important. So A for association, B for Bhagavad Gita reading, C for chanting, and D for dying. Take prasadam. That is the thing. Okay, take prasadam. So if you are starting now, so it will be very difficult for you to take prasadam. So maybe in the stage 2, stage 3, or Bhakti you can start having prasadam. Okay, so gradually we'll learn. So these things you can follow so that you can have peace. You can attain Krishna gradually. Okay, so life lesson. Concentrate on your goal, do your work, and focus not on the result. So whatever work you're doing, whatever duty you are having, you do your duty, but do not focus on the result. Whatever I'm getting, that is from the Krishna. Only part of my work is doing the duty, but the results are not based on me. If I am giving the exam, yes, let's take an example. One student is there, two students are there, okay, one is taking, one is giving, one is preparing for exam, and other both are preparing for exam, but thinking is different. One is thinking, okay, what will happen if on the result day, if I pass or fail, what will happen on that day? If I fail, this thing will happen. If I pass, this thing will happen. Every day will be thinking like this. He want to study, he won't able to concentrate only. So that is one person. Another person, we leave it. What happens? Whatever happens, let it be pass or fail. But my duty is to work. My duty is to study with concentration. So let me fully concentrate on my studies. Let me study, and later we will think of the result. So which person will be better? Which person will pass in the examination? What do you think? First person or second person? Krishna says, कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते. Okay, means if कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते महाफलेषु कदाचन. What is D, Prabhuji? It was not clear. Second one, okay. So कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते means you have adhikar. कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते means you are having adhikar of karma. Karmanyavadhikaraste means you have adhikar of doing karma, but you don't focus on the result. You don't have adhikar on the result. Okay, mahafalesu kadachana, but fal you don't expect from he is died. Yeah, Prasadam died. Yeah, he was the died. So karmanyavadhikaraste, you have adhikar of doing karma, but the result you don't have the adhikar. Okay, so that is karmanyavadhikaraste. So this is the thing. Concentrate on goal, do your work, and focus not on the result. Do not focus on the result. Leave the result to Krishna. Let Krishna think what he will do with the result. Okay, if he is failing, he must be having some plan for us. He must be having some plans. He wants us to do something else. He wants to study something else. If not, then other things. Okay, maybe because many things are there. Results are not dependent on you. Maybe on that day you are going, and the vehicle got punctured, and you didn't turn up on time on the examination, or maybe that happened. Maybe the examiner who is checking the copy, he is having some fight with his wife, and he is not checking the copy properly. So that result is not based on your work. Okay, that result. So one thing is there, you should work with full concentration on your work. Results not dependent on you. So you should not too much attached to the result. Leave the result for Krishna. So this is the thing. Okay, chant and be happy. So how to apply these things? First thing is be pure. First thing is be pure. If you are pure, then only you can apply. So how to be pure? Start chanting. If you haven't started chanting, start now. Okay, you'll gradually see what is the importance of chanting. It is very important, even if you are materially for mind, for body, you're for mental peace, you're for your spiritual health, all things. Okay, so chanting is very important. Okay, so let's chant once more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is end from my side. So we'll stop here. So you have any question? Last yes, you have any question, you can raise your hand, or you can association of devotees is most important. Yes, association molds character. Whatever character you are having is because of association, and the baddest association we have today is baddest association internet. Okay, baddest association. Try to have good association with devotee, then it will mold character, or your character as a devotee. You will become a devotee if you be with the devotee. Please explain diet. Diet will Krishna only explain. When these things will come, then I'll explain. Okay. Krishna will explain what the diet to be taken and what not to be. So I will explain those things later. Okay. One who is focusing on the second one, what is the, so if you have question, you can put in the chat box. If your question you don't want to put in the chat box, your question is long, you can raise your hand. Last time one person has asked what is the shape of Atma. So Atma is having any shape? Yes, Atma is one of the lectures in Prabhupada. Prabhupada said the Atma is having shape, and the shape is like a human form only, and it can change shape also. It is like that. So Atma is not having any fixed shape. Could you explain Diet will explain when the chapters come. Association of devotee is very important. Yes, association is very important. Chanting is equally important. Reading Bhagavad Gita is equally important. How to offer our work to Krishna? Yes, whatever work we are doing, just offer the work, result of that work to Krishna. Okay, I'm reading. Okay, after reading, whatever I have become, I'll dedicate those things to Krishna. If I'm good in painting, I will draw Krishna. If I'm good in singing, I'll sing for Krishna. I work in professional. I'll give some donation so that this work of the Krishna is propagated. Okay, like that. If we are having good in teaching, we'll teach Krishna's teaching. We'll teach Bhagavad Gita. Even if we are working house, we'll make our house members devotee of Krishna. We'll explain these teachings. So these are the things. Okay, how to devote the work to Krishna. If you are working, then okay. If you are studying, so after studying only, we will become a better person. We will become a better person so that we can teach society that this is not a bad thing. Okay, this is not like we will take sannyasa. So whatever work we are also doing, we can dedicate. If we are studying, we can think after working, we will be a better person and we can a better devotee also. If you are studying now, so is the quiz box open now? Yes, quiz box is open yesterday. What is your favorite chapter in Bhagavad Gita? My favorite chapters are chapter number 4 and chapter number 12. Guruji, so whatever work we do, we must always think of Krishna and say, Krishna, this work I am doing for you. Yes, before starting, we can do Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat we will read, okay, later. So Om Tat Sat, this work I am dedicating to you, Krishna. Whatever I am doing, if we are making food, we will make food for Krishna. Oh, we'll think, okay, Krishna will like this food, so we'll make this food very tasty. So Krishna will like. Okay, we are singing, so I will sing for Krishna. Okay, I will sing in such a nice way, such a most best way we can sing, so that Krishna will like. So whatever work we are doing, that we are doing for Krishna, then it will be best like best. Okay, according to other religions, we get moksha by doing good work, but according to Gita, we get moksha by devotion and by chanting Harinam. That means the other religions are misguiding moksha by doing good work. Good work means if we are doing good work, Rega example we have seen. Okay, Rega was doing good work, but he didn't know what is the good and what is the bad. Okay, so what is the good work, what is bad work? What Krishna says good work, what Krishna doesn't say, which is against the Shastra, that is bad work. Okay, so we should work, but results is not dependent on us. So according to other religions, we get moksha by doing good work. What is the moksha according to other religion? What is the moksha? Some people, the other religions, a different thing for moksha, but Bhagavad Gita says moksha by divorce. Moksha is liberation. So moksha is liberation from this material bondage. So material bondage means we are going liberation from material bondage. Is we are going to Goloka Dham. How we can go to Goloka Dham? By association of the Krishna. So if we are associating with Krishna, then we will go to the Krishna Dham. So that is called moksha. Moksha means we are not coming to this world again. Okay, so how can we do not come to this world again? We'll talk about this later when Krishna Dham in chapter 8. What is moksha? What is Krishna Dham? What is this material world? We'll talk about these things. So by according to Gita, we get moksha by devotion and chanting him. I'm telling we should not leave the work. We should always do the work, but according with these works, we should dedicate the work to Krishna. So how to dedicate the work is Krishna if our consciousness is not in Krishna. So how to develop consciousness to Krishna? By devotion and chanting the name. So we should transform our consciousness. We should develop our consciousness to Krishna consciousness. Then whatever work we are doing, that will become transcendental. So this is the work. We should not leave the work. We are getting moksha by devotion and chanting. Yes, we are getting moksha by devotion and chanting along with doing work. Okay, that is the thing. That means other religions are misguided. They may be, what is the other teachings? Maybe other deep teachings are there. But if you are superficially thinking, that may be different. So you should, other religions, all the religions are made for purification. Okay. If you are following any religion, that is meant for purification. Every religion is meant for purification. If purification is not there, if God is not there, that religion is bogus. Okay. feeling sad in work. So when we are working, an emotion arises, what to do at the time. So if we are having emotion at the work, okay, so we should how to control that emotion. If you are attached to the work, I think if you are attached to the work, then emotion will arise. If you're not attached to work, then emotion will not arise. And in the first stage, it is very difficult. Even us, if we working and emotions are there, but we are gradually progressing. We want to progress, so that thinking should be there. That we are working this, we are working and we are working for Krishna. So gradually this will happen. Now this won't happen in the one day. So this will take time. First purification of your heart should be there. These processes should be applied in your life. Okay. Prabhuji, in the beginning of session, I think chanting shall be done by single person and other could chant on mute state and non-synchronized chant, distract chanter also in some cases and conversation. Okay, that will be a nice idea. Okay, so other person who are chanting in the starting of the class would be muted so that one person is following Mataji and all other person is chanting with them. Okay, I
Prabhuji,
cannot, yeah, Mataji.
Prabhuji, Dinesh Prabhuji is doing bhajan, shloka and chanting.
Okay,
So in the beginning, yeah, I'm not
yes,
doing.
yes.
Dinesh Prabhuji is doing that. Today also he
Okay.
recited bhajan and
Yes,
all.
yes.
It was very nice.
Very
So
nice,
let
very
him
nice.
chant and do the bhajan. Others, I request to
Please, others, you can mute
please mute
yourself so that,
yourself. Yes, yes,
yeah,
Prabhuji.
yeah.
Okay. I thank Dinesh Prabhuji once again.
So when we talk about moksha, then why rebirth for Arjuna is talked about, which he has forgotten. See, Arjuna is a Jivatma. Okay, so Arjuna will forget after birth, in the last life, what has happened. So that is, and Arjuna is associate of Krishna. So whenever Krishna is appearing, Arjuna will come with him. Okay. So when we talk about moksha, then why? If where Arjuna is with Krishna, is already in moksha. Okay, he's not in pain. He's already in moksha. We think that in the bodily platform he's having pain, but Arjuna is being used by Krishna for to make us understand. He is always a mukta purusha only. Krishna, Arjuna is always a mukta purusha. He is associate of Krishna. So we should not think that Arjuna is not a mukta purusha. Okay. Today, Bhatt Prabhuji did a beautiful bhajan. Okay, very nice. So Lakshmi Mataji, raise your hand. We'll unmute you.
Lakshmi Mataji, please
Hare
unmute.
Krishna,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Prabhuji, my doubt is a lot of times we face situations which are very uncertain and we don't know how we should take action, and it's very uncertain and very complicated. And at that point of time, how should we think about Krishna's hand in?
Okay. Yeah. First thing is Mataji, I'll explain these things gradually because when we reach to chapter number 8, then we will understand these things more clearly. I will be talking about these things regularly, that how to develop our Krishna consciousness. The question you have asked, that sometimes we have any difficulty and at that time how to remember Krishna. So that question was also asked by Arjuna, that Krishna, how to remember you at the time of death, because death is the most painful situation. Okay, so death is the most painful situation. Arjuna is asking Krishna how to remember you at the time of death. So Krishna says by abhyasa. How to do abhyasa? Acha, one exam. You are giving exam. So last time exam will be there. Okay, the hardest exam will be there. But how to prepare? How to do abhyasa for that exam? One annual exam will be there. So that is the exam. Okay, like that. So that is the one exam. So how to prepare for that exam? If we are not having difficulty during the lifetime, how we will prepare our life for the death? Because death is a very painful situation. If small pain is not there during the lifetime, how will we prepare for ourselves at the time of death? So we should think that if these small situations, these small problems which are coming to our life, if we are remembering Krishna, then maybe it is possible that at the time of death, that is a very painful situation, we can remember Krishna. That is the consciousness we should develop. That is the thing we should develop. That we should develop these things, that these problems we should take as a small exam so that we can prepare for the larger exam. So these problems we should remember Krishna at that time so that we can see that we are remembering Krishna at the time of death also. So these chapter number 8 it will come. I'll explain these things later. So that is another thing. Okay. What is the second type of vairagya other than monkey? That is yukta vairagya. Yukta vairagya means we are doing our work also and we are vairagya. So how to do that? We are dedicating the fruits to Krishna. Okay. So yukta vairagya is there. Thank you, Sri Vidya Mataji, for the opportunity. What a wonderful explanation. I will always remember this analogy. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other question you have, you can put in the chat box. Or if you want to ask anything, you have any comments, you have any question, comments, anything, you can raise your hand. Yeah, but we have 15 minutes, so we can discuss.
Thank you, Bhatt Prabhuji, Dinesh Prabhuji, thank you.
Yes, for making
Really very
for
nice
doing
reciting.
bhajan, because I was
Yes,
late
yes,
today.
Prabhuji.
I was late today, and I thought that it will class went in later, but the chapter was small, so it
No problem.
so we
No
finished
problem.
in the time. Yeah. So if anyone is having any comments, anything, anything you want to ask, anything you want to comment, otherwise we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, I don't think Mataji any question is there, so we'll stop the
Yes.
session today.
Yes,
We'll
Prabhuji.
meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'm
Thank you.
unmuting all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you so
Mataji.
much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare